It's Bud Light game night. We are live at Top Golf, downtown Birmingham. That is EG, Emily Grace McWhorter, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, Jim Dunaway. We got the whole crew here. A spectacular night here. How about this weather?
Yeah, weather night's good.
Oh,
I would say that it is 62.
maybe.
Clear sky.
Nice little breeze. Feels like fall out here. No
It's
rain.
66.
66.
But it does not feel like it.
EG, it feels amazing
It
out
feels
here.
Somebody gets a new umbrella. LT's 3-degree guarantee. Miss by one.
Swing and a miss. It feels a little nippier than 66.
I agree.
doesn't it?
Yeah, that breeze.
That
breeze.
breeze.
A little
Wind chill
cooler.
is probably 62.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're probably, I don't know, close to 30 feet up in the
We're
air.
a
Right?
little
Or
elevated.
40
Yep,
feet
yep.
up in the
We're
air.
on level 3.
Yeah.
Level 3 right here at the bar, right on the back side of the camera is the bar and the rooftop, which overlooks Protective Stadium.
Yep.
Great place for a party. I was just talking to our buddy Jimmy, that's one of the managers here, and he was telling me they're gearing up for holiday parties, Christmas parties,
Oh, that'll be
office
fun.
parties. Yeah, so it's a great place for office parties.
And they've got new lasers and trackers, TrackMan and all that here that follows your ball into the hole. The setup's perfect. There are games you can play Angry Birds. We can play Pebble Beach.
That's what they told me. Yeah, I mean, this place is incredible, and we're here with Bud Light. Dunaway's got one of the Folds of Honor cans. They're at Bud Light, Folds of Honor. Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch have given more than $21 million over the last 13 years to one of our favorite charities, Folds of Honor. You get great deals here today. Lance got him a little Stella, I presume.
Yep. You got a little Stella here. The food, by the way.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
It really is. So we've got a couple of, we've ordered 3 flatbreads, some of the pretzel bites with the queso
Queso's
and
good.
chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, their
is
food
really
here is really, really good. That was one thing when Top Golf first opened. I thought it was just going to be your kind of bland bar food.
Same.
But, man, you come here and eat, and the food's terrific. I had their one of their chicken sandwiches last time we were here. Really, really good.
We got
Burgers are good.
barbecue sliders.
Yeah.
And the thing I love about it, when it does get cold, they've got heaters in the bays.
That's right. Right above us, in fact.
Oh,
If we need to
yep,
turn them
that's
on.
right. We do not, though. It is perfect,
Yep.
isn't it?
It is.
All right. Hey, we start with some messages directed at EG.
Oh.
You ready for this, EG?
I am.
Troy says, chop on, EG. Ronald Acuna,
I
unanimous
know.
MVP. So he was unanimous, huh?
Good day to be a Brave.
I thought for a minute Mookie Betts was going to make a little bit of a run, but you just couldn't deny what
No.
Acuna did this
No.
year. Hey,
He
well
couldn't.
deserved.
Yep.
Thank
So
you.
really, if you could just take
On behalf of Ron Lacuna.
What are you, his agent?
if you could just take October off the calendar, it's really the perfect
Wow.
franchise.
Wow.
Yeah,
that was
no,
a
it
shot.
is.
That was a shot, EG.
Thank you so much. For,
She's close to those clubs. She could go Elin Nordgren on your Tiger Woods head.
yeah.
I'm just making an observation.
Oh, yeah.
It's the
And-
best franchise in baseball
And
right
what
now.
was the observation that you made prior to the season that ended with a landmine? Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I don't typically like to get in the weeds of the Braves with you, because I like for it to not be in your mouth.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to next year. If you're still with us, I think you're going to do a Braves podcast,
If
aren't
I'm
you?
still with, yes.
Don't listen to
I'm
him. I don't know
not.
why he does stupid stuff
I-
like that.
Well, you're a
Anyways.
rising star. I mean, I say that about everybody.
Yeah.
Good.
So yeah, don't pay attention
I
to the
say
words.
it about Taylor. They say it about me, but it's for a totally different reason.
Well, let me.
Yeah, we're hoping he leaves.
Let me share something with you guys. What does me and Warren Buffett have in common?
You and Warren Buffett.
Yes. Warren Buffett and I.
You're white Americans.
That is true. Both of you
Okay,
are white
yeah, we have
Americans.
more than
yeah.
one thing in common then.
Poof. You and Warren Buffett.
You're both Scorpios.
No, I don't know. No, I don't know.
He is a Atlanta Braves fan.
He is an Atlanta Braves shareholder, and I'm a shareholder.
What? How many
Wow.
shares you got?
I have one.
Do you get a dividend on that?
Yeah, I got it as a graduation gift.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it has my name on it. It's sort of like all framed.
You
Nice.
probably could flip that right now.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Um,
Warren Buffett is now an investor. Shohei is coming our way.
I don't think so.
I don't.
Oh,
Really,
now you're
no,
hitting
listen.
LT where it hurts.
Listen, I don't. This is my opinion. Before, I don't think he'd be worth it because essentially he's a DH right now because of his. I don't know if he'll be pitching next
Wow.
He's
He
probably
would-
just going to swing it next year, but in 2 years he's going to be pitching.
season. Right,
wouldn't be
but
worth it.
I would rather. I mean, obviously Shohei would be amazing, and I may, I don't know, get some flack for this, but I'd rather build up more of a bullpen as well as left field than spend all of our money on Shohei. But now we have Warren Buffett, so we can do both.
Yeah.
Can you speak Japanese?
No
Because I was going to say they could put you on a plane.
translator
Mhm.
You
position.
could go over there and
Well,
you put the
Do
hard
the
sell on it.
negotiation.
now listen to this. This would be interesting. If hypothetically, if Shohei comes to Atlanta, Delta could end up doing a one-way flight to Japan. and they don't have that yet. So imagine all the money that would bring in.
That's interesting.
I
Now,
know.
yeah, that's interesting for
There's-
Delta because they could clean up on that.
Exactly.
Or LA has got 1 million one-way flights.
Well, you know,
Not
that's
Atlanta.
nothing. That's nothing new,
and,
man.
and it's about 6 hours
Okay,
quicker.
the LAX airport is my least favorite airport in the entire world.
Oh, I liked LAX.
Oh, I did not.
Atlanta sucks.
Atlanta's
If you
awful.
know how to operate the Atlanta airport.
Nobody knows
it
how
is
to operate it.
Okay. I know.
Dominique
Hey,
Wilkins
listen.
doesn't know how to operate it.
Dominique Wilkins.
The
Human
plane
highlight
train.
film.
The plane train is elite.
Last time I was at Atlanta Airport, it wasn't there. They had so much construction; it was impossible to get around in there.
Great observation
It's
by you.
Delta
though.
Terminal too.
You guys don't need Otani. You need pitching.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got
We
every
need a
other
full-
position down
and a
pat.
left fielder. But
Everybody needs pitching.
well, we need a third base coach
Oh.
and a first base coach.
Yeah, Ronald Wash. You lost
To the
Wash.
Angels.
Yeah, people like
Yeah,
Wash.
I love them.
All right, now I don't know if this is true, but we're going to go with it.
It's in the chat room. It is.
Samuel says, "EG, did you see the Rome Braves rebrand? It's amazing." And then he follows up and he says, "They are now the Rome Emperors."
No, I did not see that.
I don't know if that's true.
Oh, I don't know if I
The
like
Rome Emperors.
Emperors,
Yeah,
yeah.
look, our guy's showing us right there.
There it is. The
Oh.
Rome Emperors. How about
wow.
I don't like it.
Is that a penguin though?
Interesting.
that? Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a penguin and a toga. Is there
Huh.
because the Emperor Penguin, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not see. Thank you.
Chris wants us to get
like that at
a
all.
Chris wants us to get a TNR hoodie like LT's. That's a Roback, right?
It is a rowback.
Yeah,
What is
Roback.
our code?
Well, you go to roback.com/TNR20. Roback.com/TNR20.
Yeah. What that does is, the other code, it was for first time users.
That's right.
Now this is for anybody. You
Anybody.
bought- even if you bought
Mhm.
before,
Yep.
you can take advantage of our 20% off this holiday season.
Yeah, and I was going to go on there last night because I've got to buy some gifts for
That's
the
right, yeah.
holidays. And 20% off, that's a big
Oh,
deal.
significant.
It is.
Yeah,
in fact, the
significant.
more you buy, the bigger it is.
I mean, it's 20% no matter
I
what.
tell you what, you're not going to believe
It's a
that. I
bigger number.
actually
It's-
bought this one for myself.
Did you?
Yeah,
I
Jim
really did.
thinks we got all of
Yeah.
ours.
I bought 3 from
I know.
Roback.
Yeah, I'm about to buy 3 tonight, but I was told, I don't know if I should tell you.
Yeah, no,
Is
that's
Maggie
true.
going to allow that after losing a parlay?
She didn't know if it's parlay.
No, she does.
She does now.
I
Someone
would,
text her.
I would tell you that we've got a new shipment coming
We
in.
do.
We
We
do.
do. I'm
I'm
excited about
excited.
that. Yeah.
So I should wait to see what the free shipment
Yep.
is before I.
Yeah,
so
I think I
so
would
I
do
don't buy the same thing I'm
that.
about
I
to get.
think I was told today it might have shipped today, so I think we could have it pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look for that on social media. G Curbo says, question for EG. What are her thoughts on Carissa Thompson's pardon my take
goodness.
remarks about making up her reports during a game? This was embarrassing.
I'm
Oh, what
glad you
happened?
brought this up. I actually
Yeah.
saw this on my way here.
Did you?
Her bangs are kind of embarrassing right now. But
No,
All right.
what happened?
I did see
So,
this.
I'm a big
so
fan of
Carissa
hers.
Thompson said that I don't know how often.
I looked into it. So say this, and then
So
I'll,
there were
yeah.
times where she was unable to catch up with the coach going to or from the locker room, so she made up reports. She said now it was never anything like injury reports or anything like that. It was just like,
nothing that would be challenged.
No.
yeah, that we need to get off the field more. Our
Third
offense has got to
downs.
score. We got to be better on third down. Just general stuff that any coach would say.
Yeah, basically her analysis of the game
Right.
from her eyes
That's right.
put into Coach
Yeah,
Davis
she
and
said
then
I-
attributed to somebody
But
else.
she would say, like, I caught up with Sean McVay coming out of the locker room, and he says we could all get.
I can't believe she admitted
It
that.
was very embarrassing for her.
So I saw it on Twitter, and apparently she was referencing a story 15 years ago where that happened. And since then, she has said, her and Aaron Andrews on their podcast have said that they take the liberty to paraphrase things, get a little more pizzazz, things like that. I think that it's very interesting because what I'm seeing is a lot of reporters speaking out and saying, this is a common misconception about sideline reporting, that we don't really add anything. There's still journalism, and this is just making the whole
No, you're right about that. Yeah.
look bad
Yeah.
Yeah.
because, she has very established, and I also really like her and Aaron Andrews. So it's interesting, and I want to know more about it, but at face value, to make up something that a coach said and say
Yeah.
the coach said it,
Yeah,
I think,
I'm okay with the paraphrase.
yes, agree.
Like 100%.
But if you didn't talk to the coach, don't say you talked
yeah,
to the
but
coach.
if you
Yeah.
didn't talk
Yeah.
to the coach, that's a problem.
Well, here's the bigger problem is now she'll backpedal because the criticism she's going to take.
Oh,
for this.
she's getting killed for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And,
Like
and
a-
she will back it up and she will minimize it, and people will ultimately let it go. But yeah, this is embarrassing.
I see how it could be like easier because and she said, I would never say something that a coach would challenge. It was coach speak. So I guess I can see you don't get to catch up with the coach. They throw it down to you. But I think there's a way to say, hey, I didn't get to catch up with Coach McVay. From what I'm seeing, I would assume it'd be something along the lines of this.
Right.
But it is interesting. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of younger, not as established girls speaking out about
Or make
it.
observations. I mean, you can always make your observation. Like guys coming out of the locker room, the Rams players seem very
Yes.
frustrated or something like that. I mean,
Yes.
Yeah,
Just do a general
you can
observation.
say, look, I didn't have an opportunity. I tried to catch up with Sean McVay. He looked frustrated at halftime.
yeah,
Yeah.
make an observation. You
I
don't
tried
have
to
to lie
talk to
about it.
Sean McVay. He wasn't in the mood to
And
talk.
I've done
Yeah.
that. I've had to do that before where it's like coach was not in the mood for it. He went on back to the locker room. While he was walking, I heard him say this to so-and-so about his XYZ. Now, I want to know, too, was this a trend or was this one game that she was talking about 15 years ago where this happened?
The clip I saw, you probably say the same. She said, I used to make up.
See, that's
So
good.
it wasn't, hey, one time
Yeah.
Yeah,
when we were in Denver,
right.
I had to make up this report with Vic Fangio. It was,
I used
Yeah.
to.
Yeah,
and so it seemed like a broad thing that she had done multiple
I agree.
times.
I agree. It was a bad look for her.
Yeah. And I don't know. I hate it because, again, it can make, and I've been in that position of sideline reporting. You know, you're always having to fight for that story, whether you're
Yeah.
on the sidelines, before the game, post game. But to say it so casually after she's at this point in her career,
Yeah.
to me, isn't a good look.
I will say that if it's Evan Washburn, he probably loses his job.
Well, I hope.
I would agree with you on
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
I
Yeah.
hope he has. I hope she is not. I hope she didn't misspeak and phrased it
Right.
the correct way. Like sometimes we can all, with live microphones, say something
That we
and
regret.
it's not phrased
Yeah.
the right way.
Yeah.
Like,
No, this was,
This is pretty intentional, though, if you
Yeah.
go watch it. Yeah.
I mean, she was like, I can't, one of those, you'll never believe this, but I used to do this.
Yeah, I tell you what happened here is the Pardon My Take is a very funny barstool
Relaxed.
show. She got very relaxed and
Yep.
laid
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
and got a little too relaxed and let her guard down some and
And
said
that's-
something she's going to regret saying.
Right. And
And
that's the
listen,
thing.
I've done the same thing. We do that. I mean, we're ripe for that on this platform because we frequently do shows where we're just laid back, relaxed, and the guard drops, you know?
or it's the 4th or 5th hour or 6th hour
Seventh
we've been
hour.
on a microphone that day.
Yeah,
Well,
you never know.
And I am a big fan of Carissa's. I mean, I think
Oh, I
does a
think
good
she
job.
does a great
I am
job,
too.
yeah.
Me too.
Now, I don't think she should. I don't personally think she should lose her job
Oh, no.
over this.
I don't either. We're so knee jerk and we're so overreactive. And all I'm saying, if it wasn't Evan Washburn,
Yeah.
I'm just saying because of the way we melt people in society today, that they probably would go after him.
I
Now,
know whoever-
Carissa's probably got a sexual harassment charge on somebody she's worked with, so she could pop back with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Evan
seriously.
Washburn? Who's Evan Washburn?
CBS.
Yeah.
He does, I can't remember which crew he's with.
He is with, oh my gosh, I just saw him this weekend.
Is he with Kevin Harlan and Rich Gannon? I mean, Kevin Harlan and Trent Green? I think he's with Kevin Harlan and Trent Green, yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, he's one of the CBS guys.
It was just an example I threw out there.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see a lot of dudes sideline.
Nope.
No, you don't. Jay Feely does it some, and basically they bring him in anytime they're kicking.
Tom Rinaldi.
That's what they do.
Tom
Yeah.
Rinaldi.
Tom
Tom
Rinaldi.
Rinaldi
Yeah.
with Aaron Andrews.
Yeah.
Ian Fitzsimmons Radio,
Ian
Yeah, that's right.
Fitzsimmons,
Fitzy.
ESPN Radio.
original round table.
Uh-huh. You get that at Disrupt the Media. Y'all want to keep taking questions? Just got
Yeah,
questions
yeah.
here. I know you prepared all these games.
No,
so-
we're mixing it up. We're doing both tonight.
Okay.
Okay, tell me, bad or not, Maggie bought me these shoes.
I liked them. I saw them
Yeah.
earlier.
They're very on trend.
and she's got,
that's all he needed to
I
hear.
know.
and she bought a matching pair.
And then she'll be very on trend.
So at some point, she
yeah.
wants us to go out.
No.
Wearing the same shoes.
No,
That's like same type
Well,
of
y'all are
couple.
kind of Clark Kent Superman. I hadn't seen you guys together in like 6 months. So I think you're going to be okay. What? Have you ever seen them together?
No, she has not
Okay.
met
No, I
Maggie
have
yet.
not met Maggie
Yeah,
yet.
I mentioned that to her tonight when I was leaving. I said, "Well, she was on the phone. We weren't in the same place." I said, "Hey, you want to go to Bud Light game night?" And she's like, "Oh, I wish I could. I've got to study." And I said, you still haven't met Emily Grace. She's going to be 23 before you know it.
I am March 7th.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Pisces, shout out.
All right, here we go. Jeff asked your top 3 coaching candidates for both A&M and State.
I really believe Dabo Swinney's going to get the A&M job.
Do you really?
I really
Have you
do.
seen something today, or are you
No,
just saying
I have
this?
not.
There's no
my
way
gut.
he's not accepting NIL. He's
Boy, I
not
tell you.
accepting where we are.
That's
and
going to be wild. if
But
he does.
I'll say this: like, I don't know if they can get a proven guy. Like, I think
A&M?
anybody would say yes.
Yeah.
Outside of the guys we talked about that are already established. But you can't get a proven guy. Like Dan Lanning's not even proven. He's not.
No, you're absolutely right about that. He's not.
And I love Dan Lanning, but
I
I
do
still
too,
think
but you're buying.
I watch him coach a game, big games, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
I
Kick
know.
the extra point.
I know. I watched
Kick the extra
I
point.
watched the Washington game, and I think they might be the number 1 team in the nation if he just plays it by the book.
Yes.
My
Because
top there again.
This past week, he went touchdown, missed 2-point conversion. Touchdown, it was 19-7 instead of 21-7. It didn't haunt them, but I was like, dude, kick the extra point.
Yeah, you do that shit in the SEC, it's different. It gets
it will get caught up. Yeah.
So I actually saw this today. This is funny. They have lines for this.
Yeah.
For
Odds.
Yeah, odds.
Yeah. Throw them out.
Okay.
You got them?
Yeah.
Do you need us to fill time? Because MyBookie.ag code next round. You get that 50% sign-on bonus up to $1,000. All the games you play at MyBookie.ag code next round. Lance has got some plays up at lanceslock.com. 5 plays today, coming off a 2-1 last night. Is that right?
Yeah.
2-1 last night.
About time we had a little
That's
bounce
right.
back.
That's right. We got some
But
forward
we've got
momentum here.
the side and the Ravens Bengals. We've
Okay.
got one side college hoops. We've got 2 NBA, and we have got the side and the BC. Oh my God, what am I looking at?
Pitt. You're looking at Ryan Fitzpatrick wearing
that,
I don't know what.
That beard is like thicker than it's ever been.
Yeah. Fitz has got a look going.
I would tell you, I know a lot of you are asking.
BC Pitt, by the way.
I hit the front end of my first half parlay today, but I missed the second half, so I'm down.
Oh, man.
I'm down a couple units already today.
Oh yeah, Dunaway's trying to bounce back.
Yeah, I've got Auburn. I got Auburn minus 14.5 tonight, and then I got a parlay on the Bengals and the over.
Okay, Bengals in the over. Bengals banged up, but Dunaway's going to take them and the over.
I will say though, Marlon Humphrey is out.
That's
for the
right.
Ravens.
That helps you.
Ronnie Stanley is out for the Ravens, so the Ravens are missing some key parts too.
Yeah.
So Burrow to Jamar Chase with no Marlon Humphrey out there could be a big play for you on daily fantasy. I'm just saying.
Well, and you could bet we'll check it a little bit. Jamar Chase's total yards.
I can pull that up. lanceslock.com for all those plays. All right, EG, what you got?
Okay. All right. So according to odds makers, 6 coaches stand above the rest with the best chances. We've got Mike Elko.
The guy that has been there, I would.
Give me the odds.
350
Plus 350.
plus 350.
So he's your favorite.
Yeah, so 3.5 to 1 for Mike Elko. I mean, I think he'd about have to be your favorite.
Dan Lanning
What is he?
plus 600.
So 6 to 1.
Even though he
Pretty big
says
gap.
no
Yep.
way. Okay.
Then we've got Lance Leopold
Yeah, Kansas. What's he?
plus 900.
Huh? 900?
Yep.
So 9 to 1?
Yep.
All right.
Not interested.
Lane Kiffin
Does not make any sense.
plus
But
1200.
Brings the circus to town.
I'll tell you what, man. Jimmy Sexton does work with Lane Kiffin, doesn't he? It's going to be every opening now.
That's his. So Jeff Banks' wife's monkey's name's Gia.
I can't remember
I
the
think
name of the
Lane
monkey.
Kiffin is Jimmy Sexton's Gia.
And then
It's amazing he's up for all these jobs. What has Lane Kiffin done to get
He
the
has
Texas
done
A&M
nothing.
job?
I just
Absolutely
need him to get to 9 wins to win that state.
Well, he's going to get to
I thought
9
he already
wins.
got 9.
Is he already got 9? No.
think so.
I thought they were 9 and 1.
Yeah.
9 or
No,
9
I
and
think they're 9 and 2.
Two.
I
9
think they're
and 2
8
now.
and 2. They've only played 10 games. They
Yeah,
gotta
they're
win
8
one more.
2. So he's got
He's got to win.
they got a layup this week, and then they got state next week.
There is no layup in the landmine.
That's true.
Wait, who do they have this weekend?
They lost to Georgia.
They're
They're 8-2. They played La Monroe
La Monroe.
and then Mississippi State
Oh,
Yeah, that's easy with La
Got this.
Monroe. He's worried about La Monroe.
until it happens.
Dunaway, they'll
Doesn't
kill La
happen.
Monroe, and they'll beat State. State's without a coach. They don't even have a head coach.
Lane Kiffin could choke on a chunk of steak tonight
Yeah.
and not
He
coach.
could. He
he
could.
could
Oh my
get he
gosh.
could get fired for something off field.
That's true. Yeah, all those things could happen.
It's not a
That
steak
is
bet
true.
winner. He gets that 9th win.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way A&M would hire Lane Kiffin, but what do I know?
Well,
They would be complete idiots.
Yeah,
You haven't got to Dabo Sweeney yet?
he's not even on here. The last one is Mike Norvell, Florida State.
yeah, it's interesting. Florida
1200.
State, and I'll tell you, I don't think that the weird thing about that is you always wonder because they hired Jimbo from Florida
Yeah.
State, it didn't work out.
I think that's a big hesitation with Norvell.
Yeah,
So from what I've heard, people inside of that program, like I don't think any of us think Florida State's really an undefeated, dominant team that can win a college football playoff.
I don't think
this
so.
year. But he still has them in a situation to be right there. So he's completely flipped it. And everybody in that program or people outside that have been in that program are like, he's got total control. Everybody loves the guy. But I don't think they would go back to the well at Florida State.
yeah, it's a weird hang up, but I could see that it would be a hang up.
We'll bring this up on our main show at some point. But here I will tell you that and I'm sure you guys have too, that if Nick Saban were to retire this year, that he'd be on a short list.
Who, Norvell?
Yeah.
I think he does a lot of things
short
well.
list at Alabama.
Yeah.
Well, somebody, it was Chip Brown, our friend, asked me today, who is going to be his replacement? Nick Saban.
I've been
I was
asked that
like,
a million
I had no
times.
idea.
I know.
Because I don't know if it's going to be, if it's this year, I could probably give you 5 or 6 names that maybe make sense, but it's going to be one of the most difficult follow-ups in the history of all of sports.
No doubt.
And
And there's a chance it's 3 or 4 years away, and we don't even know a name yet.
Yeah, and the question would be, it could be 3 or 4 months away, 3 or 4 weeks away.
Yeah, you never know.
And Dan Lanning would be probably on our short list.
I mean, there are not
But
a
is
whole
he
lot.
proven?
The weird thing is, you would think there are a bunch of obvious answers, but there really aren't.
There isn't.
I mean, there's no obvious ones out there.
Well, here's the thing, too. If you're Dan Lanning, and just follow me, I don't want Alabama fans to get upset, but if Nick Saban was to retire and he had the opportunity of Bama or A&M, there is zero chance I would take Bama. I would take A&M based on this. If you go 10-2 your first year at Bama, people are like, what in the hell is going on?
What did we hire?
Program's falling off.
Nick wouldn't have done it that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly right.
Oh, he didn't kick the extra point. What's he doing?
Yeah.
Nick wouldn't have done it that way. God, what's he
No,
doing?
it is. There's no doubt.
You are
it's
going to
falling
have
off.
to have a thick skin, huge
Yep.
ego, and just gives no F's what anybody else is
We're
saying.
ninth in
Kiffin.
recruiting.
Yeah, I know.
We're ninth in
Barely
recruiting.
top 10.
We're falling apart.
Yep.
Only 2 5-stars.
What about State, though? State's a tougher one, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what you do there. I think John Summerall, you go there. I think State fans are like, okay. I mean, if they hear him talk, he will win the press conference.
Oh, he'll win the press conference.
Not with
sure.
the name,
Yeah.
but just watching him control everything. I think
Yeah.
he would be an outstanding hire.
Jamie Chadwell gets some love. I'm not a big fan, but he gets some love.
But the dude has done nothing but win.
That's all he does is win.
Why are you not a fan?
Grayson McCall hasn't been the same quarterback without him.
Nope.
He hasn't.
And Liberty, I don't know how they're doing it. They're undefeated.
They are. Why do you not like him?
I don't dislike him. He just doesn't do a lot for me.
God, the guy's done
did
nothing
you
but
know
win.
him? Did you know him before Grayson McCall?
Well, no.
No.
But he's
Okay.
winning without Grayson McCall.
He is with the program that Hugh Freeze built. I mean, he's a. I mean, you guys bash Eli Drinkwitz all the
Okay,
time.
I love Hugh Freeze, but Hugh Freeze lost 5 games there last year. Or he lost 5 games with Malik Willis.
2 years ago.
Yeah. And I'm as big of a Hugh Freeze fan as anyone. But Jamie Chadwell, and they haven't played a big schedule, but they've won every game.
You don't give him credit for building Coastal?
Yeah, but I think he had a generational quarterback there that doesn't
Well,
look good without him.
But
You're
he's
right.
tailed off, yeah.
Yeah.
Post
I don't
injury
know.
too.
Huh?
Post injury too.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about him I don't like.
That's interesting because that guy has done nothing but win.
Is it because he's got a girl's name?
Could be. Could be.
Is it because he wears a visor on the sideline?
Could
Hey,
be.
so, EG, you're in a strong relationship with our man Mikey.
Yes.
But do you think there's some women out there, and I go back to what we were talking about, like there's a chance A&M wouldn't hire Norvell because he's a Florida State guy. Do you think there's some women that like, I dated a Scorpio, it went horribly, I'll never date a Scorpio again?
I am not very. I don't know the ins and outs of the
Horoscopes,
sign,
yeah,
but,
yeah.
but I could see like, oh, I dated a guy with the J name. I won't date another guy with the J
Oh,
name.
wow.
Oh,
So, like,
come on.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
J names are the best. J's up. J's up.
I didn't mean to do that.
You did.
No, I
You
didn't.
did. It was
There.
such a Pisces move.
Oh my gosh. But I see.
I think there is something to that. There are a lot of women though that believe in
Yes,
the
for sure. For
way
sure.
the stars align and the power and
The personalities and
how you can the compatibility.
yeah.
And so I do think there's like women out there that
No,
would be
for
like
sure.
that. I'm not.
EG's not one of those people.
Well, she's
Committed relationship.
Yeah.
Well, but I will say, even though I'm not familiar with that, I know 1,000,000% there are people and women that are like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I will tell you that she is more aggressive with the dark fingernail polish than she was with the clear fingernail
It
polish.
wasn't clear. It was pearl.
Did
Yeah.
you get them done today?
No, I got them done on Friday.
Are they
Saturday.
gel?
A little bit more aggressive. You're more out there. You're not as timid anymore.
Yeah.
Did you find a faster
enough.
place to have them done? She was meeting my
Oh my god.
She was meeting my family for dinner one time, and she texted me and said, I'm running behind. And she got to dinner, and she's like, I went to get my nails done. It took 2.5 hours.
2.5
Are
hours.
you
I was
kidding?
sitting there. I'm not kidding.
2.5 hours
gel,
to get nails done.
manicure. This is back
Was
in
it
Atlanta.
petty too?
No, just a mani. Gel. My real nail.
Woodhouse Day Spas.
I need to go there.
Birmingham.woodhouse
Yes.
Day
Great
Spas.
sponsor.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is a great sponsor. I didn't know they did nails.
Yep.
Hey, here's an interesting. Wait a minute. Now I got to dig back through here. Oh no, I don't believe that.
Do you have Mississippi
L-
State
Landmine-
odds?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
you want me to find them?
yeah. Landmine
Okay.
Believer says he's playing the what if game. What if Nick Saban had taken the Texas job? Kirby would be Alabama's head coach today.
And you'd always be worried about him leaving for Georgia, though.
Oh, I don't think you would.
Oh, my God.
Why would you leave for Georgia?
It's his school.
Yeah.
So what? You're winning big at Alabama. Why would you go anywhere?
He would have eventually gone to Georgia.
Oh, I disagree completely.
Oh, 100% he would.
I don't know why you would. Why would you
because
want?
It's his
Well,
school.
because Georgia is like the A&M now. Like nothing had been done there.
Do you live in Alabaster?
I would if it was the right opportunity for
Jim,
me.
you can live in Alabaster at any point. Why do you not live in
It's
Alabaster?
not the right opportunity for me at this
No,
time.
but if you build him a castle with a moat.
But
in
if you're the
Alabaster-
Alabama coach, you're in a castle with a boat.
if you move our Double Down Media Studios, Disrupt Inc.
and
down there, we'd do it in a heartbeat.
And I got to say this, I think Nick Saban would have been winning championships at Texas. So
Oh, I agree.
Kirby would have won some probably, but
Okay, I didn't find lines, but I did find just some discussion. Troy head coach John Summerall, Jamie Chadwell,
Jim doesn't like him.
Willie Fritz,
Tulane.
Rhett Lashley,
I mentioned him earlier today.
and could former Mississippi State head coach Dan Mullen be an option to return?
I would say Rhett Lashley is way too fast. I think he's trending in the right direction, but that is a quick hire. I think
Now, you said that about Texas A&M today for Rhett Lashley. You think Mississippi State's too big of a
of
hire
course,
for him?
he's only been a head coach 2 years.
John Summerall's only been a head coach. What is it?
He's in year
years?
2 at Troy,
Yeah,
right?
year two.
I mean, that is a very, very quick. I mean, to give an SEC job to a guy that's been head coach 2 years. Now, look, I mean, Missouri gave an SEC job to a guy that's been head coach 1 year, and it looks like it's paying off right now. So sometimes you get it right, assuming Drinkwitz can keep this up.
That's a big F.
It is a big if. There's no
Okay, let me
doubt.
ask you this. Nothing to back this up. But, it takes somebody unique there to win. Let's say Arkansas doesn't move on Sam Pittman and State asks Gus Malzahn to come to Mississippi State.
That'd be interesting.
Would Mississippi State want him?
I'll tell you what, Sam Pittman would be perfect fit at Mississippi State.
He would be.
Why so?
I mean, he just seems like he would fit that
The culture.
He looks like an old bulldog.
Yeah,
He's
I
just,
like Sam Pittman.
I
He's
do
had a
too.
down year,
I know,
but
but
I think he's a good coach.
everybody likes Sam Pittman because he's super folksy.
Well, I think there's some of that.
Turn it
Yeah.
up.
But
Turn
you
our music up.
remember when he got, and I would love to have a one-on-one conversation off the record with Kirby Smart, because from people I've talked to, he swore by Sam Pittman.
Oh, Sam
Yes.
Pittman's a heck of an offensive line coach.
And when
Yeah.
Pittman got the job, they were like, he is going to do a hell of a
And a
job.
great recruiter.
And overall, he can't take away the one possession losses, but he has not done a bad job.
Yeah, I just think their fear is it's doing this right here.
Yeah.
I think if you look at it overall, it's there, but it's currently doing that.
You've got to look at it overall, though. I mean, we've gotten too quick in college football to just kick people that have a bad year. You just gotta live with a bad year every now and then.
I mean, State didn't even let Arnett through
Well,
a year.
I don't think you do it certain places, but I think you do it most places.
One bad year, no matter what places.
I don't think you I mean,
Like
look, you're not,
Clemson. Yeah, I mean, one bad year at Clemson.
well, you're not
come
going to get rid of him, but if you
Yeah.
get back-to-back bad years, and like people considered last year, what did they have, 10 or 11
on.
wins?
10 wins.
Yeah.
And a conference championship.
Yeah, they considered that a bad year.
Yeah. Then that's unrealistic.
I mean,
Probably.
Georgia Southern fans are calling for Coach Helton to be fired.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. No, I'm not kidding you. Yes, I'm dead serious.
Wow.
Oh yeah, they want him gone, and it's like,
But I mean, the flaw in your argument, Dunaway, is you always say that's unrealistic, but that is every fan base. There's not a realistic fan
I
base
know.
out there. I know you always make that statement. You're not wrong.
But you're not helping your program
Well,
by
I
just
agree.
starting over all the time.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, I mean,
but
that's Florida with Billy Napier right now, because Napier's going to end up going 5-7.
I
And
agree.
there's going to be some people calling for his job, and I think he could ultimately still lose his job. I lean he won't, but there's got to be some patience. Mike Norvell is an example of that.
That's
They
right.
were a little patient with
What
him.
is their schedule? Hang on.
Dabo Sweeney, they were patient with him, and he ended up leading him to great heights.
Florida's got Missouri
This
and Florida
weekend.
State left.
No. I was going to look at their schedule next year. Like if Billy Napier is coaching for his job, and I know we don't have like dates, but we have opponents. If he's coaching for his job next year,
Well, and people keep talking about this recruiting class he's got in. Well, I mean, how much of an impact are they going to have next year?
Yeah, sometimes that ends up being a big asset for the next guy.
that's right. Yeah, he cashes in on your recruiting.
If you can keep them.
All right. So your future schedule, your next year's schedule for Florida, 2024, right?
Mhm.
So what we're looking at.
Yep.
By the way, I'll tell you tomorrow. I got it for part of the show. I've been holding it all week. Top 5 in recruiting. We're 1 month away from early signing period.
Yeah.
Top 5 in recruiting right now.
Hey, listen to who Florida is.
No, you tell me who's the top 5 teams.
I would go Georgia.
Georgia's
I would go
one,
Texas A&M.
not in the top 5.
Alabama.
Alabama's 5th.
What's Saban doing? Is he retiring?
Tell me USC's in the top 5.
Nope.
Oregon?
Who is it?
Auburn.
No, it is,
Oh,
Making me-
no.
it is
Florida?
Florida's one of them. It is. I think it's in this order: Georgia, Ohio State,
Ohio State.
Florida State, Florida, Alabama.
Yeah,
Wow.
some things never change. Hey, listen to this out of conference next year for Florida. If Napier's coaching for his job, here's his out of conference: Miami, Central Florida, Florida State on the road.
Yeah, all the Florida schools.
He's playing all the Florida schools. His conference schedule is Kentucky, LSU, Ole Miss, A&M at home, at State, at Tennessee, at Texas, and Georgia neutral site.
Yeah. By the way,
That's a lot of losses.
Boy, it is.
By
I
the
mean,
way,
if he's-
losing the divisions did not help them.
nope. If he's coaching for his job next year, that is a handful right there,
Yeah.
buddy. That's a handful of a schedule if you're coaching for your job.
Yeah, where's the gimme?
Well, the only gimme, I mean, you call this a gimme, I think they'll win it, is Samford at a conference. Other than that, Central Florida's not a great team, but if Central
Oh, I
Florida and Florida played tomorrow,
Oh, I think Central Florida beat them.
Yeah,
I think so.
I didn't hear you say Sanford. So there is one.
well, I did not say it. I
There's
just
one
looked up.
money game.
One money game is Samford. Everything else, Miami, which I think is neutral site, Central Florida. I say that it doesn't have a neutral
Florida
site.
State.
Florida State, and then your conference schedule. That is a tough schedule if Billy Napier's fighting for a job right
Yeah,
there.
It's not that conference schedule is tougher than it was when they were just doing the East.
I agree. He had 100% taken East.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
He loses Vandy. He loses Missouri. Now, Missouri's tough this
I
year.
kept waiting to hear Vandy and
Nope.
the normal Eastern schools, and you threw in Texas and LSU and
Yeah.
Texas A&M.
No Vandy, no South
Yeah.
Carolina, none of that. Yeah.
Long are the
That
days.
Yeah.
sucks.
Yep.
That sucks.
That's a tough schedule for Napier if he's
Yeah.
coached to keep his job. All right. You want to do games now?
Yeah,
Lance'sLock.com. I got 5 plays up.
we can start with Florida at Missouri, 6:30 on ESPN. Mizzou is favored by 11 with a total of 59.
Missouri's a good team. I mean,
Yeah.
they're the better team here. That's a big number. Man, if you would have gone back, get a preseason line on this, Missouri's probably a pick. Maybe
Yeah, yeah.
Florida favored.
Yeah.
So if I ask you right now, MVP of Missouri,
Missouri MVP? I'd still go Connor Cook. I know, you
Brady Cook,
Brady Cook, excuse me. You can make an argument.
I think I would go Schrader.
You make an argument for Schrader. You make an argument for Luther Burden.
that's right. I mean, you
Yeah.
got 3 legit
You
all-stars right there.
Yeah. Eli Drinkwood's done a really good job with this. I think Missouri wins. I don't know if they cover. I don't know where Florida is right now on this whole thing. They're trying to get bowl eligible, so it is a big game.
Yeah.
Better
And
chance of
Napier's
winning
coaching for his job.
this game than Florida State, right? Of course, I don't know. Missouri and Florida State are kind of
Florida State has played down to some opponents this year. And again, I'll say if those players think they're playing for their coach's job, you get a different type of game in that sometimes.
If they like their coach.
That is an if. I don't know if they like Billy Napier. He does. He seems like a likable guy,
Yeah. I haven't seen anything that would suggest the players
Yeah.
don't like him.
but you never know.
Yeah. Right now, I think I lean Missouri. I don't think I've ever seen them 11-point favorite.
Missouri,
Yeah.
ever
outside
in
of
conference?
Vanderbilt. No.
Yeah. I think I mean Missouri's obviously the better team.
Missouri minus 11 versus Florida in
Yeah.
football.
I know that's where we
Wow.
are right now.
Hey,
That's where
let's
Billy
keep up
Napier.
with this. Your T's first leg, Missouri -1 at home against Florida.
Okay. Missouri minus 1.
Seriously, I mean you tease it down to Missouri -1.
Mhm.
All they got to do is win the game.
I feel pretty good about that.
All they got to do is win the game at home against
I
Florida.
mean, what do we do? 6 games to do this?
3.
3.
We just have to do 3. to
Well,
do a
there's the
10
first
team?
one. Yeah, you got to play that one.
We'll just do the first 3 she calls out.
All right,
See
go.
what it is.
What's
Okay.
next?
Georgia at Tennessee, 2:30 on
Georgia
CBS.
pick.
Georgia a pick on me. You think they're going to blow them out? All Georgia's got to do
How
is
easy
win.
is this?
So
It's
you got
easy.
you basically got Missouri to win, Georgia to win. That's all you got.
How easy is this?
All right, let's do.
Gosh.
Give me the third one.
By the way,
Oh, yeah.
we've talked about this. So Georgia really got up for Missouri. Missouri battled them. They ended up winning the game. They really were up. They played their best full complete 60 minutes last week against the one-lost Ole Miss. Destroyed them. Can they get that emotion going again for Tennessee, where I think Neyland is going to be crazy. And I think Neyland probably is worth 7 points in this spot. That's why I think they're going to be able to hang around and keep it under 10.
It's going to be a tight game that Georgia's going to win. I stand by that. A tight game, Georgia wins it.
I think that, and Kirby was even saying on the coaches conference that it's difficult to play in Neyland because the fans are on top of you.
That's
the way
right.
It's built,
Yeah.
and it gets
It's
so
loud.
loud.
Yeah.
No, Dunaway.
Dunaway,
louder than anywhere else.
he thinks it's a
Oh, my
blowout.
goodness. Okay.
no
All right.
louder
All
than
right,
Jordan
so-
Hare. No
all right.
louder than Tiger Stadium, the Swamp.
So
Come on.
are we down
You were in
for?
Tuscaloosa. How loud was it when they hit the decibel record?
It was loud.
Okay.
So we're down for. You got Missouri -1, Georgia to pick.
God,
Now,
easy money.
You
All right.
know what people were fighting about in my mentions about that
All
was
right.
that in Neyland, that's not even. That's like going to get a beer
Yeah.
level loud.
Everybody says their stadium's the loudest.
Yeah. It was all Tennessee fans.
Yeah.
So it was interesting.
Neyland is loud.
It's loud.
Maybe
Yeah.
next season.
Tell them apparently Milton went and got a few beers at halftime because it's a different second half.
Maybe next season you guys can send me with a little decibel thing, and I can go to Beach
Yeah.
Stadium and
Yeah.
Why not?
record the decibels.
Tiger
People seem to
Stadium
like
at
that.
night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody drunk.
They think it's overrated.
I don't. Again, that has been so misrepresented. All right, go ahead, EG.
Okay, next one.
I don't. I've always said it. It's one of us that thinks that.
And no,
I've always thought it was crazy.
I'm not even going
It's
to
the greatest atmosphere in the SEC. The
Night game at LSU.
Yeah, night game at
Yeah.
Tiger.
All
Stadium.
I've ever said, EG, is at some point you can only get so loud. Like, yeah, Tiger Stadium's very loud at a night game, but
Rowdy.
a big night game at Jordan Hare, is there that big a difference? No. Big night game at Neyland, big night game at Bryant Denny,
You
is
say
there
it
that big a
only
difference? No.
gets so loud.
It can.
M80
I mean, like,
nuclear bomb.
huh? Well, a crowd's not going to get nuclear bomb level. That's the thing. A crowd can only get so loud.
Cajuns on brown
Crazy.
water
They're
can
crazy.
take it to
Crazy.
the next
But
level.
I'm just saying, do you honestly think there is any different impact on a big night game at Tiger Stadium or a big night game at Jordan Hare?
I think it's really close.
I would think it's close.
I don't think it impacts the game any differently,
But I feel like there's a lot of lore behind an LSU
There is,
night game.
which is what makes it overrated.
So it's like, this is the
Yep.
best thing ever. However, Jordan Hare does get very loud.
It does.
And they got so loud for the Samford game. I remember being like, this is insane.
Yeah,
It was
Right.
a night game.
You'll be there Saturday.
Yeah.
They're going to
Yes.
get that loud for the Aggies.
just wait till you go to the Iron Bowl. EG.
I know.
Closer than the experts think.
Closer than the experts. Well, let's see what the third game
By the way,
is.
let me just say, Tiger Stadium, phenomenal atmosphere. I love it every time I go. But
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying. Go ahead. All right, here's Dunaway's third game.
I hope someone pisses in your boudin balls next time you're there.
Let's do
Give Dunaway's third game.
Washington at Oregon State. 6:30 on ABC. The Beavers are favored by 2.5 for the total of 63.
So
I
you
mean-
catch almost 2 touchdowns if you take Washington.
Well, not do that.
It's so easy.
Why would you not?
Dunaway, that is
So
so
I would
easy.
get Washington.
So you
what?
got 3 top 10 teams. Think about it. You got Missouri -1.
That's right.
You got Georgia to pick, and you got Washington plus 12
Plus
and a half.
12 and a
How do I
half.
get 12 and a half?
Because it's their Oregon
already
State's
getting
favorite
2.5?
too. Yes.
Oh God, how much money are we putting on this? Who's in with me? Let's all pool our money. We get better money returns that way. Let's do it. So that's all you have to have is a 3-team teaser
Just take some of your equity out and just don't tell Maggie about it.
in the company.
No,
No.
in
Leave the
anything
company out
you've
of this.
got.
Leave the company out of this.
Pull some of your 401k.
Yeah. You
And,
got access to
you know,
funds.
You can surprise Maggie. Guess what I did for you?
Yeah.
No, we got
Merry Christmas,
we
baby.
got surprised. This is weird. In media, I will just share briefly. I won't share numbers, but in media, local TV, you get sold quite a bit.
Right.
And there was a brief moment that we were owned by NBC,
Okay.
General Electric at the time. And starting next month, I will start getting a check from General Electric for the rest of my life.
For your pension?
yeah,
Wow.
You were in a pension?
that I didn't even know I entered. Yeah.
That's nice.
Is there a comma in the check?
It was a mandatory. It was a mandatory.
Yeah.
They
So
did
you
it-
never
they did
knew it was coming.
They did it for us.
Oh,
Yeah.
I bet I'll get like $5 a month.
Yeah. Is there a comma in what you're getting?
Close.
Oh.
Close.
That could mean a lot of things.
Close.
There's a lot of numbers.
Close.
Well, good for you, Jim.
Yeah. So just
when
our,
you're-
our friend Matt Coulter,
Yep.
who actually voiced a part in Ricky Bobby,
Talladega
Talladega
Nights.
Nights,
Yep.
because he was out. He was doing what was he the PA guy?
He was.
Yep.
Did he
Yeah.
have to join the SAG for that?
Yeah,
Did he really?
yeah. But
No,
he
he did Victory Lane too.
Yeah.
he still gets he gets residuals from that, but it's like $20 a year.
Is it
It's
really?
pretty fun,
Yeah.
though.
What's the SAG calls per year? Do you know? That's probably a
I
losing.
don't.
That's probably a losing
Yeah.
proposition.
Probably.
Or is it a one-time deal to join the
Nope.
SAG?
It's annual.
Yeah. Because I think I've heard a lot of people that join the SAG for a single part like that, and it's a losing proposition. They have
Wait,
to pay more to
what
be
They
is
don't make enough money.
the SAG?
Screen Actors Guild. It's the union for actors.
Interesting.
And you
Yeah.
have to join it. Don't you have to join it to get the residuals? Is that the way it works?
It's a catch-22
Yeah.
because It's kind of complicated to get your SAG card, but once you get your SAG card, you got to continue to pay. As long as you're getting work, it's worth it.
No, you dabbled in acting.
Let's just say I could buy a new driver every month if I
Oh,
wanted to.
Good for you,
Oh,
Jim.
good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, MyBookie.ag,
Golf clap.
after you hit this,
Oh, that's what it could be. I can just directly
That's
deposit
right.
it every
That-
month.
tell them to send it right to MyBookie.ag. Hey, and that first time, they're going to give you a 50% bonus.
I just thought it was nice of
Code
a
next
great
round.
company like General Electric to sign you up for that. And then remember,
So you're going to get the
they could have never sent me a penny,
They
but
could
I
have,
would have
yeah.
known.
will
Yep.
you get the equivalent of a driver every month?
Oh, more than that.
Wow,
That's good.
Driver and a half.
Well, you think about what they've got to pay. How many people did this?
Anybody that was a G employee, right?
Yeah. I would say at 13 at the time it was $120, 120 people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
Now maybe I checked the box, and I don't. I mean, you guys know how I am.
I do,
Like-
yes.
Like today, I was reminded as I was emptying my email that we had to fill something out,
Oh.
and it was due like last week for our new payroll. And
Wait,
I was
we had to
oh,
fill something
oh.
out on that?
yeah, and I was
Oh,
like,
I didn't know anything about that.
Oh, well, I got paid either way.
Yeah, no, you got paid, but it's new portal and
I
all
did do
that.
that.
Nah, I didn't do that.
Well, I did mine today.
Okay.
Oh, I haven't
Was
done
it hard?
About like 6. I asked the same thing to Forrester.
Yeah. What do you
I
say?
was like, hey, did you ever do this? He goes, yeah, like 7 or 8 days ago. I think it's already past the deadline. And I said, will it take long if I do it now? And he's like, no, it didn't take long at all. So I did it like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What's it do for me? I get paid either way.
You create your
Login.
employee portal, login,
yeah,
and all that.
blah, blah,
Boring.
Boo.
So
That's
so
how
we-
that's how you end up checking a box you didn't know
That's right.
and getting a pension
do
40
we
years
have
from
to
now.
do it?
Huh?
Do we have to do it?
I don't know. I just did it
I did
today.
it too.
My life
I-
hasn't changed.
I got paid the other day, Jude.
I did too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't think you have to do it then.
I love this. This will be money that goes straight to MyBookie.ag.
Yeah.
though.
Does Maggie
it
know
will
about
not.
this?
It will not. She does.
That's your
She's
first
the
Why
one
do
that
you
showed
tell
me.
her?
Yeah. What?
She's the one that opened the mail.
Oh, yeah. That's where you lost
She
right there.
handles all our finances. Trust me, it's better that way. You see these new shoes?
Yeah. I like them.
Sambas.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I thought they were Simbas.
It is.
Samba.
Samba.
Simba is the lion.
lion
It
or
is
lion thing.
Bud Light game night. We're live at Top Golf.
Golf.
Top Golf. You can
Little
see behind
Braves
us.
chop in there.
It was, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Great weather here at Top Golf. Bud Light game night. Come get that the
Folds of Honor.
Folds of Honor can. $21 million plus given to Folds of Honor by Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light over the last 13 years. You got one of those cans. Also, MyBookie.ag code NextRound. You play all the games that EG is talking about right here at MyBookie.ag code NextRound. When you sign on, you make that initial deposit. They do a 50% match up to $1,000. And you do that with code NextRound at MyBookie.ag. And LT's going to have plays up all weekend at LancesLight.com.
Yep.
Have you started looking at Saturday?
I have, yeah.
How many
I
think
was,
you can have?
I was going through Saturday, yesterday, and today. I mean, right now, initially, I think it's only like 7 plays, but it'll probably expand a little bit.
10-3 last Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a really good Saturday.
Yep.
We gave it back on Sunday and
That's okay.
Monday.
It's all right.
But again, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
That's all
Last couple of weeks have been, overall, they've been awful. And we own that. I hate it. I try to work hard for you guys. It's your money. And I take pride in this. And I really plan on getting this thing worked out. I know we will, based on the history and how long I've been doing this. I know I can. I know I will. Just stick with me. I know people are frustrated out there. But hopefully it starts, last night 2-1, a little momentum build there. And hopefully we continue tonight with 5 winners. I'd like a 5-0 tonight.
5-0.
I'll take a 4-1, but I'd like a 5-0.
5-0.
As our friends Tyrion and Jalen say, Link.
Lank.
Mike.
Link.
Yeah. Let all those naysayers know.
Yeah.
Gotta love me some Terrion.
He's a
Jalen's
funny
great
kid.
too,
Yeah.
Great.
but Terrion's incredible.
Funny
And
kid.
I was wrong. I said he was a sophomore today. He's a redshirt sophomore. I just find it hard to believe with his talent, his skill set, that he didn't play a snap 3 years ago as a true freshman.
He and I've seen him listed as a top 50 player, so he will have a decision to make at the end of the year.
Yeah, and it's one of those. If I mean personally, with NIL now, if he's projected by most as a second round guy, I think I would come back because I think he'd be a top 15.
Well,
pick.
what'll be interesting is, Kool-Aid will be going next year, and somebody will be opposite Terrion, and Terrion probably gets the Kool-Aid treatment where nobody throws at him, and that helps your draft
Oh, he
status.
does. Yeah.
So I think he'll be Alabama's premier corner next year.
But
if
you
he
got to
comes
be
back.
careful. Eli Rex was projected he's going to
Yep.
be a top 5, top 10 guy, and he had a rocky year, and now he's playing pretty
He's
well.
better in the NFL at Philadelphia
because we
Yeah.
saw how good he could be at LSU, and then
Yeah.
he transfers out. He's an All-American. He doesn't live up to potential, so you can always have that off year. But Terrion seems to me a guy that's got so much confidence in
Yep.
himself.
Mhm.
And we've seen him each and every week. He's gotten better.
Ball hawk too, forced the fumble that Downs almost scored on, and then got the interception along the sideline there on a nice play. Late throw by Devin Leary, but still a very nice play by Terrion Arnold.
Again, but Nick Saban's always been pretty good at explaining to them. Not 100% success rate, but probably 88% of convincing guys to come back by the diminishing. If you're the first overall pick, this is how much money you make the length of your career. If you're the 15th overall pick, you can never make what you make. If you're the first overall pick, 30th, you never make what you were at the 15th. Second round, never make if you're a first round. So there is value for yourself if you come back, but it is a risk.
I would agree with all of that. I also think that Terrion, from what my interactions with him have been, the way he answers questions, I know that may sound trivial compared to what he does on the field, but every time he answers a question, he comes across as coachable, likable, and bought in.
No, I agree.
And I think that is very important, especially in this day and age of the younger generation.
Yep.
But the way that he explains things, talks through the process, I think coaches in the NFL will love that because he has his head on his shoulder. Same with Jalen, of course. But
He also comes across as marketable,
yes.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
which can make you a lot of money. In the
Yeah, I
NFL.
met our friend Roman Harper, who was on the show today, about this time in his career at Alabama, about the same third, fourth year that Terrion's there. And I could tell early on that Harp had that personality, but Terrion even more right now.
Yeah.
He's much more advanced than a lot of these guys. And a lot of these guys are now because they got so many more media opportunities than
trainings,
guys 15 years ago had. But I think Terrion's going to be a star on the field and off the field.
Agreed. All right, let's move along let's do App State at James Madison, 1 o'clock on ESPN Plus. JMU is favored by 9 with a total of 55.
You bring that group of five crap
my-
in here all the time, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Look, I think Appy State is a solid squad. But now that the NCAA has come out and told James Madison, we're not going to give you this waiver, if I'm JMU, I am trying to dust everyone.
And they've got game day in town.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, and they do have game day in town.
Yes.
Yeah, so I kind of – it's kind of a layman pick, but I kind of like the Dukes here.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're probably out to prove a point. Game day in town. I think they probably in their mind think we can rally America behind us. Now, I don't think
Right.
America's paying as much attention as they think,
I don't think so either.
but they probably think if we go out and play like this with game day there, America's going to feel for whatever that's worth. It ain't changing. NCAA will not go back on this. So, yeah, I take JMU. I'm with you.
All right, let's head on to Michigan at Maryland, 11 a.m. on Fox. Michigan is favored by 19 with a total of 49.5.
I think the ass-kicking tour continues here.
Yeah. Breaking news today, Michigan and the Big Ten agreed to settle.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, I mean, once Jim Harbaugh started talking about testifying, I'm sure Big Ten lawyers like, we'll take that. Yeah, show me where we sign up for that. And nobody ever wants to go to court.
No, I mean, Michigan probably set Jim Harbaugh down and said, you realize once you get on the stand, you're going to be under oath.
That's right. There's going to be a little thing that we call under oath.
And the question is not limited to this.
That's
it can
right.
be about anything at that point.
Yeah, and if it moves on, then you've got discovery. And,
That's right.
And there's not an athletic department out there that wants discovery.
So somebody can say, have you ever illegally paid a recruit?
Yep.
Have you ever done this?
Yep.
Have you ever done that?
Yep.
Have you ever done anything on your wife or anything like
yes,
that?
anything.
They could ask anything.
Yeah,
at that
but I'm going to assume Jim Harbaugh would play it like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
with him.
But
yeah.
this was my point, though, to Wetzel the other day when I asked him. I said, when Dan Wetzel was on our show, I said, do you know that if he accepts this, that the Big Ten is saying it's done, just set out these 3 games and we'll stop the investigation? And Wetzel didn't say if it was or not, but that is the agreement. The Big Ten says we will no longer investigate
That's right.
it anymore.
It's over.
It is over.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well, because now the Big Ten didn't know, if they had the power to do it anyway, to implement that suspension. But now it's going to be on the NCAA. And if you're Tony Petitti, you're like, hey,
We did our part.
yeah, we did what we could to suspend this guy.
Yep.
Now it's out of our hands. The NCAA's got to take this over. And again, I mean, ultimately, he's going to be coaching the important games, at least postseason. And I don't think Michigan's going to have any problems until they face an Alabama or a Georgia.
And they're going to have that with him on the sidelines then anyway. So, but Maryland's not going to be a problem for him.
No, Talia, as good as that kid is in spots, he's not good against great defenses, and this is an elite defense.
Yep.
I think he turns it over multiple times. I think Michigan probably wins the game going away.
This is your classic trap game, but I don't think it's trap enough.
Yeah,
I think they're too focused.
This is one back in August, in July and August, we talked about, between Penn State and
That's right.
Ohio
Yep.
State, look out for Maryland.
Yep.
Now that we're here, it doesn't feel like
Does not feel the
game at
same
all.
way. Nope, not at all.
Okay, we'll wrap college up with. Let's see. Let's do Louisville at Miami, 11 o'clock on ABC. Miami is favored by 1.
Yeah, I'm
with a
going to tell
total
you,
of 46.
I typically don't like 11 o'clock games. I think it all comes together for the Hurricanes. I think they pop Louisville. I think they win this game by double digits.
I got to do too. Louisville's been living on thin ice. Miami is one of those teams when they get it all together, they can beat anybody in the ACC.
Yeah, but
Their problem is getting it all together.
But because of the injury late in the game last week, here's Tyler Van Dyke back at the starting quarterback. He'd lost his job. He's got 11 interceptions in his last 5 games as the starting quarterback. With that, Brownie,
sounds like
a little
Josh
more
Allen.
than 2 a game.
That's
Yeah.
like Josh Allen. You're right.
yeah.
Just
No,
more than 2 again.
But we've seen Van Dyke play like really good, not elite, but almost elite football at times. It hadn't been this year, but we know he's got the potential to do it.
Can
Boy.
they stop the run? Because
Louisville
Louisville's
can
going to
run it.
run the ball.
Yeah,
Boy, how bad does it look now that he trademarked Tyler Van Dyne earlier this year?
not good.
Yep.
Dude lost his starting job after that.
Yeah. he
I
could,
mean, you think he's selling any of that gear?
yeah, he could be selling Tyler Van Pick right now.
Oh,
No, he could sell the trademark for a dime, right?
yeah,
Maybe.
probably. It's probably worth the time.
Our friend said that I look like Kermit tonight.
Oh,
No.
boo.
I think it's the master set.
I know. She hit a beautiful golf shot earlier, and I said she's in the running for the green.
The green
Jumpsuit.
Yeah, but see, that's like lime green, and you've
This
got
is-
like the Kelly green on,
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
old school Eagles.
Yeah, you look like money.
Thank you. This is more of a Mucinex hue, if you will.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've got some of that.
Yeah, Lance has one of those jackets.
The voice of Mucinex. Do you remember?
The voice of Mucinex,
Yeah.
the booger,
Yeah.
like the. I don't know.
You
what
don't remember this?
That's the most southern you've ever sounded, by the way.
The booger.
The booger? The booger?
No, what's the voice of music?
T.J. Miller.
Oh, that's right.
Really?
I forgot about that. Yeah.
He is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he told a story on. If you haven't seen Last Call, I personally think it's the best Last Call we've done. He was just so open and so much fun. But he was talking about he was in a drugstore in like Chicago, and he heard, or he was on the phone like cussing out his agent or his girlfriend or something, and somebody was in there buying Mucinex, and they were like, "Oh my God, look what I'm buying! You're the Mucinex
No
guy."
way.
Hey, by the way, speaking of booger,
Booger.
you got a little something right
Oh,
here.
shut up.
gosh.
Just embarrass EG now, I
Wow.
guess.
Wow.
Just
She
kidding.
doesn't. I'm joking. I haven't heard the word booger in
Booger.
forever.
This is the same guy that was like, "For a pregnant woman, you're pretty."
You did not say that to someone.
Probably.
Did that really come out of your
Look
mouth?
at it. Look at it's the tip of the iceberg, EG.
I would poke you in the eye. If I was a pregnant woman, you said that, I would literally 2 fingers.
I don't think I said for a pregnant woman. I said I really think
No.
pregnant women are beautiful.
Even that, if I'm pregnant and that said that, like stranger.
I think
was it a
she
stranger?
was glowing.
Hey, you want to hear a good
Yeah.
story? So
Yeah,
we're at
glowing.
the old Georgia Dome, and it was SEC championship, and a girl
This
he used to
story-
work with.
This story gets out
Oh,
overblown.
it doesn't. It doesn't. I got a million of these.
This is
too.
going to start the biggest argument.
No,
EG.
it's
That's right.
not. I mean, it's all fact. But he worked with this girl, Abby Chen, who's with the Celtics now, right?
Yeah.
one
And-
of my favorite people on the planet. to
Sweetest.
this
I
day.
mean, such a
He's
sweet
always
person.
tried to
This day.
sabotage me with other girls. And not that it ever mattered. But she looks up at the screen. She's like, "My nose looks big." And he's like, "You know what? Lance told me your nose looks big."
It was
She's on the big screen at the
Why?
Georgia Dome.
in the context. She was
Yeah.
doing hits for the SEC on this huge screen at the Georgia
Yeah,
Dome.
just for in the stadium, like in
Right.
timeout.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with me.
and he had said that on the big screen, you had said that,
No. I had said her nose looked big on TV.
right.
Yeah.
And so that's a TV, the big screen is. And so I was just trying to make her feel better.
Oh,
Yeah, trying to make her feel like, yeah, Lance
No,
is Lance
you
is
say,
in.
Abby, I don't think it does. You're doing a great job. Move on.
No, and there was a girl that I was good buddies with that he worked with, Alex Cordry, and she still hasn't talked to either one of us since. But she did her first hit ever from a high school game.
Overblown.
And we were talking about it. I was like, "Oh man, I felt bad. She got lost. She was shaky." And he told her, he was like, LT said you sucked on camera.
I did
Yeah.
not.
Oh
This
yeah.
never.
Do you think she would make that up?
Yes, this is her just having something to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Good looking
Okay, suddenly I do not think so based on the stories I've heard thus far.
No, overblown. Nope, not true.
I won't get into the other one.
Not
The
Yeah.
other one
Yeah.
or one?
Yeah,
I won't
let's
get
don't
into
do
the
that. That one
Alexa
always leads.
Jones.
That one always leads to arguments.
I don't think that happened either.
Yeah, always leads to argument.
Oh.
Go back and watch our live show from the Charlotte airport.
Is that where it was? No. Well, yeah, we talked about it there, but we did it somewhere else.
Oh,
like last
it's
year.
like
I'm sure it
it's
was at
like
a mystery
Haley's
video.
Comet. It keeps rolling back.
I think it was.
As it
I
should.
think it was at a.
I've been nice and let it go.
I think it was at a
booger, it's
Floribama
always,
show.
Like a booger, it's always clinking
Yeah.
around.
I think it was a Floribama
Over.
Mystery Fifth Hour. It came
Was
up
it?
again. I think so.
All
Well, I mean,
right.
LT, if you're not going to let it go, should we just end our friendship now?
Oh my goodness.
Should this
We're
be
not
it?
ending any friendships. We're gonna move
I
the
mean,
NFL.
Yeah,
It
let's-
keeps-
We're
at
gonna
some
move
point,
to the
Yeah.
at
NFL.
some point, if I'm not made up for it,
I have never tried to get you fired. I'll just say that.
yeah, I never tried. How could I get you fired?
All right, Seahawks at Rams on Sunday at 3:25 on NFL Network. Seahawks are favored by 1 with a total of 46.5.
So the Rams, week 1, went into Seattle, got dominated the first half and completely dominated the second half. Good news for the Rams. Matthew Stafford is 100% healthy. The Seahawks are schizophrenic, but so are the Rams. I really don't know what to expect here. I think Seahawks are overall the better team, but
I need to send you a TikTok I saw. It was a NFL Films TikTok about the communication from sideline to quarterback.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, and it was
Is it one of those where they read out the
Oh,
play and
hell.
it sounds so long?
no, yeah, and it was talking about like oh god, who was the coach? I'm trying to remember which coach it was. Kevin O'Connell was on it, and God, I can't remember the other coach anyway. But he was talking about how a play starts out like the play before. I'm like, okay, we're going to run such and such, and then the wide receivers coach would say, hey, add such and such, and the tight ends coach add this, and the offensive line coach add this. So by the time I add all that, it's a very long play call.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they got sideline audio of Sean McVay calling the game-winning touchdown to Cooper Kupp in the Super Bowl. And it's, have you ever seen it?
no.
He goes, he's holding the play sheet over his mouth. He goes, all right. And so it must have been coming out of a timeout because he's got a minute or the play clock's early. And he goes, all right, Matt, you ready for this? I'm about to give you the Super Bowl winning play. And he calls the play to him. You would love it.
Dude, and
I'll send that
and
to
the
you.
throw
Oh,
not
yeah.
to get
So
me
back
excited.
shoulder
and
fade.
the catch. I mean,
Yeah.
that whole drive, it was like, we've got nothing. Odell's out.
Yep.
Tyler Higbee's out. We're going to Cooper Kupp, and if you can stop him, so be it.
Yep. But he says that in
That's
the headset. He
incredible.
goes, hey, Matt, you ready for this? I'm about to give you the Super Bowl winning play.
I want that to be my alarm to wake up to
That
every
would
day.
be-
I'll send
I
you I'll
agree.
send you the TikTok
Send
tonight.
that to me too.
Yeah, I
wanna
will.
see that.
Wake up, Lance. I'm about to give you the
Super
Super
Bowl
Bowl winning
winning
play.
It was
Motivate
really
me
cool.
every day.
Yeah.
I got that shitty wake up, that irregular alarm that everybody's got on their Apple
Boy, I
phone.
hate it.
I hate
It's
that so
terrible.
much.
Do you know the PTSD it gives you when you hear it? Just
Out
like,
and about.
yeah,
It's
when
like,
you're out and about and like, oh,
I've got dogs barking. I changed mine to dogs
ooh,
barking.
that's awful.
Why?
That is like you wake up like angry almost. I just feel like it'd be stressful.
Somebody I know's got Game of Thrones to theirs.
Oh.
I had
Do they work in the back room?
No.
you know what, EG? I made a pledge when we left morning radio that I would never regularly wake up to an alarm again.
wow, that's a good one.
And I have never set, I've maybe set, since we left morning radio, maybe set an alarm 5 times.
Really?
Yep.
You don't set your alarm now.
You know, I wake up every morning at about 5:30. The old body alarm.
Good for you.
My alarm used to be it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Then that's what I wake up
Jimmy
to.
Buffett?
Yeah,
Wow.
that and
Would you wake up at 5 a.m.?
well, so
Somewhere.
somewhere
Yeah.
in high school, I had this like I don't know. I guess I wanted to be up at 5 a.m. to do my hair. I
Yeah,
guess.
it's a random question. If you're getting ready to do like sideline, how long does it take you to get ready?
Um,
Or like a event,
okay,
date night?
I can
15 minutes?
no. I've gotten it down. I would say hair and makeup. If I'm going quick for sideline, minimum 45 minutes.
That's pretty good.
But I like to take my time.
Yeah.
It's fun to me.
I mean, guys are lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
y'all
20,
are.
20 minutes,
You know, this is my thing.
if that.
To share with the audience, I love makeup. I love that side of things, which is a good thing because if you get into this industry, you don't know how to put on makeup. Not like for
No,
camera makeup.
it's an art.
It is.
Yeah.
And so
Because you can see girls in the wild that are shitty at doing it. I
And
hate to say that,
it's,
but
it's bad. It's,
Yeah.
it's a hot mess. And so I love doing the makeup, but as much as I love the makeup side of things, I hate having to take it off.
Oh,
and like the process of getting it off is terrible.
Well, the
especially-
good news is you're not a partier. What about those girls that go out
Oh,
to clubs
I
till
can't
4 in
even
the morning? They
imagine.
fall asleep. They're stuck to their
Oh.
pillow the next
Yeah.
day.
I used to hate doing that. I used to have to wear it on my
Yeah,
TV.
it's-
Oh, yeah.
And that was the least favorite thing.
Yeah, I didn't do as much TV as
Take it
Dunaway,
off.
but I used to wear makeup, and I finally just told him I'm not doing it
It
anymore.
is.
It irritates your skin. It's a
Yep.
pain. Stains your collars.
I would I would still drive home wiping the makeup remover on my face.
Yeah.
I would still be like all the way home,
Yeah.
just trying to get more
Yeah.
and more of it
I just
off.
finally told him I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wear makeup again.
For a brief moment when 3D was first, not 3D, HD was first introduced, but they had spray guns for us. HD makeup.
What?
Oh, airbrush.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What I don't
so
get
big.
is like they
Harder to come off.
they worry about like, and you can see it right here, the glare on my
The
forehead.
shine.
Yeah, I'm like, have you ever watched a show like, oh my god, the glare on that forehead? I cannot watch this.
No, but I've seen anchors look sweaty,
Yeah,
which is what the glare
Greasy.
brings up, and I'm always like,
The
it's-
T-zone.
They don't
I
believe-
can't watch it.
they don't believe what they're saying.
I can't watch it. He's under pressure. Somebody's holding a gun at him right now. They've taken him hostage.
Yeah, it's a side of it that I enjoy, but there's a certain way to do it for camera versus
Yeah.
just every day.
Are we done?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're done. 7:00 on the dot.
It is 7:00 on the dot. All right, you can come down to Top Golf tonight. Is a perfect night to be down here, man. This weather is incredible. You can come play. You can enjoy Bud Light products. Dunaway's got that Folds of Honor can. Bud Light and
Still
Anheuser-Busch.
cold, too.
Hey, I want to
Still cold.
remind you guys of something real quick before we go. In 1 week, it is Thanksgiving.
That is correct.
Yep.
And
Week
we'll be
from today.
getting into rivalry week. And
Uh-huh.
a lot of people they ask me this every year, and I'm like, I love my job, but I hate working on Black Friday because of the Iron Bowl.
Right.
But yes, we will be live.
Yep.
9 to 12 next Friday.
That's right.
When is game night next week? Last year we did it Tuesday night.
Oh yeah, we need to talk about that.
Yeah, Brittany's here. We'll talk to her.
All right. Yep. So we'll have an announcement on game night next week. Probably, if I had to guess,
It
Tuesday.
was Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. That's going to do it for this game night, though. Go to lanceslight.com, get your plays, play them at MyBookie.ag Code NextRound for that 50% sign-on match up to $1,000. MyBookie.ag Code NextRound for E.G. Lance Taylor, Jim Dunaway. I'm Ryan Brown. We'll see you tomorrow morning.